this place. I love going across the bay, y'all. What is up? What is crack-a-lackin', y'all? Well, I gotta redo my video. I was editing, pushed the wrong video, and how about I deleted the whole thing? Good job, right? Yeah. I don't know what I was thinking, and I know even not to hit that, you know what I mean? And the bad part is, it said, the thing come up, said, are you sure? And I hit it. I don't even know why I did. I hit that too, so totally my fault. But I want to tell maybe a couple stories, and then I want to tell you something. Well, my first story is on Interstate 4. Y'all guys already know it's always backed up, or if it ain't backed up, somebody driving like crazy. So I'm driving down I-4. I'm doing, about 75, speed limit 70 mile an hour. Comes a cop flying back. I mean, flying. Like, he had to at least be doing 95. I'm telling you, he was scooting. He shook the car whenever he drove past me, and I was going 75. Then I watched this dude in and out of traffic. Leapfrogging. Oh, come on. Leapfrogging is legal for us, but it ain't legal for cops. Psst, I guess not. And you know what the bad thing is? I wish I had a camera, because I would have taped him. Or recorded him. Whatever you want to call it. Not taped. Ain't nobody got taped since years. Yep, I'd have taped them up. But, yeah, I wish I would have been able to record him, because, it's just asinine the way them cops are. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, y'all. And, if he would have wrecked and killed somebody, I'm sure he would have tried to pin it on the other person. I guarantee he would have tried to pin it on the other person if he didn't kill himself in the, in the action. But, okay. Well, this one has to do with the Second Amendment in Pennsylvania. Well, the first one is, I have a concealed permit for Pennsylvania, and I carried my Millennium Taurus 40 cal a lot. Well, I was going somewhere in Bell Vernon, and I stopped at a get-go. Well, I go into the get-go, and I'm getting something to drink, and then I go over to pay to get gas. And I seen him, and he started walking towards me, and I already knew it. I was like, come on. I was like, he's like, how you doing? I said, good. I said, how are you? He said, good. He said, what you got there on your side? I said, oh, it's a Taurus Millennium 40 cal. Loaded? Yeah, it's loaded. Got a permit for that. I said, why? Well, I was just checking, make sure you got a permit. I don't need a permit. Now, I remind you, I do have a permit for concealed, okay? Pennsylvania is open carry. There's a law, open carry law in Pennsylvania. Said, open carry law, Pennsylvania. I was like, I've been stopped by cops before. I guess, I don't know. He said, oh. Well, when he knew that I know what I was talking about whenever he heard me say that. Well, the reason why I asked you is, it's not really open carry. Huh? I'm going to tell you what he was talking about. I had a t-shirt on. I don't wear belly t-shirts, so, maybe like the top 2 inches was over, you know what I mean, over the handle. But you can clearly see that I have a pistol on my side. Clearly see it. Your shirt's down over it. So that makes it concealed. I said, sir, my shirt's only like an inch or 2 over it. So do you have a permit? I was like, you know what? I was like, I don't feel like going to court and all this and hearing all that. I was like, even though there's an open carry law, and I'm open carrying, in plain as day it's open carry, but I will show you my permit that I have a concealed permit. I think he was mad that I actually had it, you know. I mean, because I look like somebody probably wouldn't have a, you know, sealed permit with all my tattoos and everything. And, you know, it was summertime, so I had a beater on, because that's all I wear usually in the summer. Yep. So, that one. And there's another incident in Pennsylvania. Now, a guy did this, and he had his wife recording him because he just knew that something would happen. He was walking down the road, and a cop goes by him. Okay? Well, he whips around, the cop whips around, gets out and yells for him. Well, he starts walking towards the cop, because the cop got out and yelled for him. He starts walking to him to talk to him, and the cop pulls out his weapon, points it at the guy, and starts yelling, put your hands up in the air. Well, put down your weapon. The guy's like holding his hands up. He's like, all due respect, sir, it's not, you know, he didn't have it loaded or nothing. And, you know, it's perfectly legal. It's open carry in Pennsylvania. Now listen. They made this guy take off his weapon, throw it down on the ground. The cop went over there, put his knee in his back, and handcuffed the guy. And the whole time, the wife was recording. Well, to make a long story short, you know, the reason why he tried to do it is because it was a black guy. And, you know, I don't know if the cop did it because of that or what, but, you know, the guy had just got out of the military. You know, it is a good citizen. It's just that the cops are morons and don't know the laws. So, I'm going to tell you some more. I'm not going to tell you no more stories because, you know, I don't want this thing to go over, you know, like so many minutes, because then I got to edit all night. No, I'm just kidding, y'all. But anyway, you know, anytime you do something, or even if you're recording, make sure you know the laws. Make sure you know the laws. Especially if you're recording in a public place, you're allowed to record anywhere in a public place, okay? Because a lot of times if you're recording, you know, you can actually record in the courthouse. As long as you're not in a courtroom, you can record in the courthouse, okay? All the way down, like, you can record anywhere that's public access, okay? And basically, you're a self-journalist, is what you are, you know, as a YouTube recorder or whatever. But, you know, you can go and watch, you know, probably hundreds of videos where the cops do not know the law. They must not, you know, and they'll pull somebody over and they'll ask them for ID, you know, and, you know, First Amendment right. Check out your First Amendment, y'all, and check them all out, because, You know, you want to know the law because you don't want to be harassed, you know. Because if you don't know the law and you're doing stuff and a cop knows that they can push you around and harass you, they're going to do it. You know, like you can basically tell a cop to go F himself, and there ain't nothing he can do about it. Nothing at all. So, I mean, make sure you check out your laws, check out the amendments, check out the penal codes, check out, you know what I mean? You want to check out everything, that way you know. And then when you start spitting them out, that cop's going to be like, oh man, you know, he knows what he's talking about. And then they'll walk away, and it's called the walk of shame. Yeah. I can't remember the one dude's name. Something about, I think it's Editing America or something like that. Something Altering America, something like that. But it's a guy like going and doing stuff in the cops, you know what I mean? Like going and recording different places and people trying to either tell him, you know what I mean, to get out or whatever, you know. Like, watch some of these videos. That way you know your laws and you know where you can record at, you know. And, like, even if they pull you over, make sure you know your laws, you know. Or if they stop you and you're walking, and then you say, you got ID on you? Nope. Well, I need to see your ID. Am I being detained? And if they tell you yes, you are being detained, you ask them, what crime are you being detained for? Are you suspected of a crime? If so, what crime? You know, you gotta check out all this, because they will push you around. Because you don't have to give them your ID, y'all. If you didn't commit a crime, you ain't suspected of a crime, you do not have to give them your ID. You can tell them to beat bricks, man. Seriously. So please, check out all your laws, you know, and especially check out the First Amendment right. If you're a recorder, check out the First Amendment right. So, you want to make sure you check everything out, you know. But hey, I don't want to get too deep into it because, you know, I do respect the cops that actually do their job and do it right. Not the ones that push you around. Not the ones that harass you. The ones that actually do their job and do it right. I watched a video the other day that this cop got behind this truck, and I don't know if he had a, you know what I mean, stick up his butt or what. Pulled this guy over. The guy gets out of his truck. The cop tells him, get back in the truck, and the guy told him, I don't have to. But you don't. He said, I don't have to. And he walked to the back of the truck. The cop's walking towards him and said, I told you to get back in the truck. He said, I don't have to. And the cop come over to him, and he said, you know, he asked him to put his hands behind his back. He said, sir, am I being detained? He said, put your hands behind your back. And he asked him again. The cop attacked him. Well, guess what? It was a retired cop. After retired deputy sheriff, in Texas, I think it was, in the same town that he just, you know, retired from. The guy just didn't know him. I guess it was a rookie or something. Well, whenever you know, you can request a cop supervisor at any time, and they have to call them. If you get pulled over, and if they tell you why you've been pulled over, you say, excuse me, sir, I'd like to see your, I need to see your superior. But, listen, y'all, if you do that, record. That way he knows you're recording and he knows you're serious, because if you're not recording, he's going to lie in court and you're going to get in trouble. Because, you know, if it's your word against that cop or your word against the officer, you're losing. you're losing, you know. So please, you know, please check out your laws. And like I said, if you get pulled over for, you know, bull cocky, you tell them, you know, I'd like to see your supervisor. And you have the right to do that. Okay? You have the right to see that supervisor, and he has to call them. He has to call them. And he can't say, well, I am the supervisor. You want to see his supervisor. Okay? And just to let you know, that cop that pulled over, the retired cop, whenever he arrested him, he tackled him too. Put his knee in his back, you know, and you know how they do that roughly. Well, in the video, you get to see him get fired by the superior because of what he done. Now, I wish they would do that and fire him because of a citizen. And don't forget, you are a taxpayer. The cops work for you, not them, not you working for them. They work for you. All right, y'all. Smash that like button for me. Share my videos. Let's get them out there. That way, when we get to 100, like I said before, we're going to order some merch, give some merch away. Then we're going to have random giveaways. Random giveaway. If you want me to talk about anything or see anything down here in Florida, I'm going to go check it out, as long as it ain't a million miles away. If you would like me to research something and then talk about it, let me know. I will. I don't mind talking. I don't mind talking about anything. I'll talk about anything y'all want. Like I said, I will go see stuff down here in Florida and check it out for you, as long as it ain't like in Miami, because it's like 4 hours away from me. So, I hope you all have a great and wonderful rest of your Thursday. Because guess what? Tomorrow is TGIF Friday. And if you're a person that works from Monday to Friday, you're almost there. You only got one more day. So put a smile on your face. Alright, y'all. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. And that little bell right there beside that subscribe. Smash that button. And, whenever you hit that bell, I don't know what is wrong with me today. Whenever you hit that bell, it will turn your notifications on. That way, every time I upload a video, you will be notified. It will light up, it will vibrate, it will ring-a-ling-ding, it will ding-dong, it will play you a song, it will do whatever your stuff is supposed to do every time you get a notification. Sounds easy, don't it? That's because it is, y'all. So turn the bell on and get your notifications on. That way you know when I upload a video. Have a great and wonderful Thursday. I will see you soon. I'm Schizo Steve. And for now, I am out. Later.